Public Health Ministry delivers fourth water ambulance in 10 months. This time it's the turn of Baracara. It's Tuesday, August 20. We have lots to tell you today. A $31.4 million water ambulance has been commissioned and dedicated to the village of Baracara.
The water ambulance will ensure that emergency cases are transported from the village, which is 4 to 5 miles from the town of New Amsterdam. This is all part of the Ministry of Public Health's vision of ensuring that riverine communities have equal access to health care as on the coast. Officials from the Ministry of Public Health were also present for the commissioning. Minister Lawrence indicated that the public health sector has been able to cross another significant milestone, and it is expected that the residents of Baracara and those living along the Kanji River will benefit from this intervention.
This coalition government is about the development of our people. And so in the health sector, we want to ensure that we're not just talking and writing on paper about accessibility, availability, and all the other things for you to be able to access health services. But we want to ensure that action is taken.
The ambulance has been presented to the region by the Ministry of Public Health and will employ 2 persons. It is also equipped with the necessary emergency equipment to transport 2 persons at a time. Community health worker Kevin Joseph, attached to the Baracara Health Center, explained that the water ambulance will make a significant difference in how emergency cases are attended to. He said this will result in persons saving at least $40,000, which would have been expended for the chartering of a boat to transport emergency patients.
Late at night, we have to take out patients who have trauma, persons with fast heart rates, and persons with laceration. And we have a lot of difficulties in the river because sometimes there are grass in the river that causes blockage. I am overwhelmed. I'm excited because it will be access, better health care to the community. Persons will be able to go there fastly, very fast to access to New Amsterdam Hospital.
In addition to this new development, the Baracara Health Center will be upgraded to a polyclinic. Also, Minister Lawrence encouraged the youth population of the village to access training in the field of health to return to their community to serve. From the village of Baracara in the Kanji River with videographer Anil Silal, I am Delicia Haynes for InfoHub.
The Legal Affairs Ministry is moving to assist qualified students who are facing financial difficulty completing studies at the Hugh Wooding Law School.
When we entered into office, we met the problems that were being encountered by the law students. Very harsh conditions they were operating under. It's even worse now. And the last government had stopped any payment of any economic costs or offering scholarships.
Attorney General Senior Counsel Basil Williams. He met earlier today with the second-year Guyanese law students at the Hugh Wooding Law School upon their request. Attorney General Williams told the media that government collaborative agreement with the school had expired due to the stance taken by the previous PPP administration, and the coalition government had to go the process of negotiating again.
That year, when I entered government, we actually had to get the president who was attending the Heads of Government Conference for CARICOM to intervene.
Today, government is offering scholarships through the Ministry of the Presidency, Department of Public Service to qualified students. Via a notice published in local newspapers this weekend, the scholarship was advertised for a limited number of scholarships for Legal Education Certificate (LEC) at the Hugh Wooding Law School, Trinidad and Tobago, for the 2019-2020 academic year. Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
19 teachers will soon commence training to equip them with the necessary skills to teach English as a second language to the children of Venezuelan migrants in Region 1. 17 of the teachers from Region 1 and 2 from Georgetown will meet in Mabaruma later this week for the training. It is expected to last until the end of the month. The 2 Georgetown-based teachers will be coached to be trainers. The Education Ministry has been working with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, to develop educational interventions which will improve the learning and communication skills of these children. 8 communities in the region are expected to benefit from this initiative. 8 Guyanese with the mission to expand Guyana's public health care system are the beneficiaries of scholarships to study medicine in Cuba for 2019. Earlier today, the young scholars attended an orientation exercise at the Cuban Embassy in Georgetown.
Some of the prospective medical doctors shared their thoughts on receiving this golden opportunity.
I'm very thankful for this opportunity and I will make the best of it.
For a really long time, I've been trying to get into medicine, but this is the final opportunity that I was able to get into medicine, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity. And upon completing my studies abroad, I plan to come back home and work for my country, to serve my country in a proper and well manner.
I hope it's a wonderful experience, and when I come back, I hope to serve my country well.
A 2-time Cuban Scholarship awardee, who is already a medical doctor, also spoke with InfoHub.
I'm very thankful for the second opportunity granted to me by Cuba to pursue my studies in general surgery.
Permanent Secretary of the Public Service Ministry, Karen Van Slytman Corbin, offered remarks during the orientation.
Today marks the achievement of another milestone, where at the end of the period of study, both you and Guyana will benefit in countless ways.
These include access to accredited credentials, as well as the students becoming bilingual and securing employment within the public service. The students were also charged to put their best foot forward.
I encourage you to take advantage of this possibility, to study with dedication, focused on the benefits that you can bring to your communities as future health professionals, with professionalism and humanism, fundamental tools of those who devote themselves to this profession.
Reported from the Embassy of Cuba with videographer Jawan Jordan, Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
Still to come, 14-year-old CSEC scholar proves age is just a number and Guyanese dishes hit the right spot at Curry Festa 14. Details of these after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. 14-year-old Manoj Lachman, a top 10 student at this year's CSEC, has proven that age is not a factor for success. Shaquille Bourne brings us this remarkable story of the Region 3 young man that is breaking the barrier.
Well, you don't really feel the difference because after a while you just blend in. And you don't really remember who's which age.
That was Manoj Lachman, who claimed his rightful place among Guyana's top 10 outstanding performers at this year's CSEC. The lad reminisced on the relationship he had with his classmates despite his age.
Well, sometimes if they don't understand something, they would come to me, and if I don't understand, I would try to understand and then explain to them.
The young scholar attends Saraswati Vidya Niketan School on the west coast of Demerara. Overjoyed by his performance, Manoj's mother shared her thoughts upon hearing the good news.
I cried, but it was tears of joy. I was so excited. It's like, I don't know. It's like I feel so much like on top of this world. I feel like God is so great. God did such a wonderful job.
Manoj's father said while his son has always earned excellent grades, he was still surprised by his stellar performance.
It was very, very exciting for me because that's something that we expect, but not that to the high
to so high level. But we know that he always do good, but not to that extent. So it was very, very exciting for me when I heard that he gets so much subject.
Manoj, who practices karate on the weekends, is currently enrolled to sit the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, after which he plans to attend the University of Guyana to pursue his medical studies. Report from Manoj Lashman's home in Anna Katharina with videographer Anil Silal, Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
Resilient describes recent CSEC top performer Renuka Prasad, an aspiring medical doctor from the Anna Regina Secondary School, located in Cottonfield, Region 2.
Describing the results of her performance as mind-blowing, Renuka said while she was confident of her ability to sit 14 subjects, she never expected to do so well.
I felt that I had the ability to do it, and plus my mom encouraged me to do it because she said that if you can, do it.
The 16-year-old, who secured 12 Grade 1 passes and 2 Grade 2s, was a high achiever at the top of her 4th form class when tragedy struck. Her father was unfortunately involved in a serious accident that left him seriously injured.
He had brain injury, broken foot and everything, and it was just so traumatic for us. So my mom wanted me to move to Tushin.
This disaster meant Renuka had to repeat her 4th form year at a new school, a move which the deputy headmistress of Anna Regina Secondary Multilateral School advised against. Renuka opted to remain on the Essequibo coast with her sister and had the support of her teachers and friends, particularly her best friend, Rihanna Tony, a move she has not regretted. With plans to pursue her tertiary education at the University of Guyana, we asked her what piqued her interest in medicine.
Since I was small, I always wanted to be a doctor because one of my cousins, she was actually one. And it was so nice. You could have got to the hospital and see her working, and it was just so amazing to me.
Her journey was not one without challenge, but Renuka is thankful for the outpouring of support.
It was exciting. It was a wonderful journey because I had all my friends, my family, and everyone. They kept encouraging me and everything, so it was okay, I guess.
Letitia Isaacs for InfoHub.
The aromas permeating the air around the Guyana booth at CariFesta 14's Grand Market attracted patrons in droves. InfoHub's Neola Damon was there to sample the fare and bring us this report.
I had the honor of chatting with the artistic director of the what is being referred to as the theme park of CariFesta 14, the Streets of the Caribbean.
According to artistic director attached to CariFesta 14 Secretariat, Jamie Thomas, the Grand Market display was designed to give patrons the opportunity to visit and experience the craft, trade, fashion and food of the participating countries while educating them at the same time.
So I wanted the Grand Market to be two things. One, educational for people that are locals that would never travel in their life. So when they come, they don't just, buy things in the space, hear great music, but they're educated about the Caribbean. So that was the inspiration one. And then I wanted you guys from all over the Caribbean, when you hit the Grand Market, to be like, oh my God, that is from my country.
Conceptualized a year ago, it took about 2 to 3 months of manpower to create this Caribbean theme park. Thomas said it was worth every moment. He said choosing these 9 countries to highlight was easy, however selecting the correct landmark was in God's hands. The artistic director said that this led to him hiding in plain sight to get feedback on the market backdrop.
Well, I've been observing people's reaction undercover. And I'm just so happy to see people from different countries gravitating to the monument. So of course, Guyana was one of the first places that CariFesta took place. So it was educational for me, right? But it was also educational for the people that came. So Suriname, their presidential building. So all the Caribbean have been observing their reaction to their iconic image, and I think that it's, at least I feel as if people have appreciated that effort.
Unveiled during the opening ceremony for CariFesta 14 at Queen's Park, Savannah, this marvel has been the ideal backdrop for patrons to create lasting photographic memories.
Reporting from Queen's Park, Savannah, Trinidad, I'm Neola Damon with videographer Leon Leung for InfoHub.
Do remember to check our social media pages for updates from CARIFESTA 14. Before we wrap up, here's your GCOM tip for the day. Get your documents ready to register. You must have one of these documents: a birth certificate, a valid passport, adoption certificate, or naturalization certificate. For married women, a marriage certificate is required. And for individuals who had a name change that is not stated on the birth certificate, a deed poll must be presented. Only original documents will be accepted. Get registered. It's part of the National Registration Act. That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye for now.